Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome to Saturday, March. Let's try it again. Rewind. Hi, welcome to March the 2nd, 2019. Welcome to my show today, the Saturday show. And how are you guys doing? Here in Creston, British Columbia, Canada, let me tell you, folks, it looks great out. It really does. It is a gorgeous sunny day today, but oh my, it's cold. We were at 8 Fahrenheit when I got up this morning. We're now at 15 Fahrenheit here on a beautiful sunny day. The heat coming in the window is fantastic. I had my foot is on the floor here where the sun had been shining on it before I had to pull the curtain. The floor is warm. It's fantastic. The furnace is off. Our furnace isn't even on here at 14 degrees Fahrenheit because the amount of radiating heat coming into our front windows is fabulous. Thank you, sunshine. We appreciate it. But I don't think we're going to reach more than 22 degrees today, 24 maybe. Not even going to get near melting today. So it's a cold one. But apparently the Arctic vortex is wreaking havoc across great parts of North America. And luckily for us here in Creston, we only get the very western edge of it. It sort of comes down and it just barely gets to us, especially in the upper elevations. But about 200 miles to the east of us, oh man, is it bad. We're talking 0 Fahrenheit, if not 10 below Fahrenheit for like the highs. Calgary today might be 10 below for the high. Tonight overnight she'll be about 35 below Fahrenheit tonight, so not nice. But you know, hopefully it's the last gasp or so for winter, and hopefully it'll just kind of go away as the Earth continues to tilt down. We get the sun at a higher angle every day here in North America, and oh, can we feel it? And we want it, and we can't wait for spring and summer to arrive. I'll tell you that. I sure can't. Anyway, we'll keep just keep trucking along, folks. Just keep pounding day in and day out, one day at a time. We will survive. Welcome one, welcome all to Traveling with Bruce. I'm your host, Bruce. Here, love talking about cruise ships and cruise news and what's going on out there in the cruise world. And today being Saturday, it's a combo show. It is cruise news and trivia. And I got some trivia questions for you guys today that, well, I think they're going to be kind of fun. I hope you enjoy them. But welcome to the show. Thanks for signing in, letting me know you're here. If you're new to my channel, and probably a lot of you are, when I say new, I'm thinking in the last 3 to 6 months, because this morning I was taking a look at the history of my channel just to kind of remind myself, you kind of want to know where are you, where are you going, that kind of thing. I do that all the time with my analytics. I try to figure out what my channel's patterns are and what its direction is and so on. December the 25th, Christmas, is a day that stands out to me. I happened to be in Los Angeles at the time with Jennifer, visiting our daughter. And Christmas Day, the 25th of December, this channel hit 8,000 subscribers. And that was great. I was just thrilled because in July, only 3-4 months earlier, we were sitting at 2,300 to 2,500 subscribers. So to be at 8,000 at Christmas was just mind blowing. But since Christmas, this being the 2nd of March, I'm only talking about 70 days later. We're at 17,000 plus subscribers. We've added another 9,000 subscribers since Christmas Day to this channel. That is what just blows my mind. Yesterday we were at 17,021. Right now 17,109. Another 88 new subscribers since yesterday's show. Absolutely wonderful. I am, as always, as those of you who watch me every day, you know what this means to me. It is just overwhelming to think how this channel is performing today versus only a few months ago, and then a few months before that, and a few months before that. I just kind of look at this progression and going, wow, this is wonderful. And well, I'm just going to keep it going as hard as I can. We want to keep growing this channel and its followers. From around the world, I have followers from Canada, the USA, from Caribbean, from South America, from Europe, from Asia, Australia, New Zealand, Canary Islands, I've got a new watcher from the Canary Islands. It's unbelievable. The channel truly has a global following, although I will admit the majority of my viewers are North American, being that I am live during these telecasts for the convenience of my North American audience. However, Saturdays is a great day for my Europeans to catch up with us because being 2 o'clock Eastern time, it's really only about 8 o'clock European time, maybe 9 o'clock European time on a Saturday night. So it's a little more reasonable hour. But I have viewers who are like me, they don't sleep very well. So I have people watching me late at night and early in the morning, their time. Well, I'm up early in the morning here, I'll tell you that. Although I'm in bed early, I don't last much past 10 o'clock in the evening around here. I'm done for. But boy, am I up early. I would like to have more of a normal schedule, but the older you get, the quirkier your sleep habits are. So what can I tell you? I can't help you there. Anyway, having too much fun. Thank you for joining me all week long this week. Thank you, of course, those of you who watch my videos and share my videos with friends on Facebook and other social media. Cannot thank you enough when you do that for me. Resharing and broadcasting my videos is just incredible, especially obviously my short ones. I don't expect anyone to rebroadcast my live shows. These are way too long. They take up much too much data, but any of you who can share my short videos, that is wonderful. Thank you for the thumbs ups for these live shows and also my recorded shows. I do appreciate it very much. A couple of things also, those of you who check out the RedBubble Store where I have all of my TWB Family merchandise there. Thank you for those of you who occasionally put an order in for this product. I can't thank you enough for that. Also, Amazon, Amazon.com. Those of you who are taking the time and effort to actually go to my page, this YouTuber, and find my link, my affiliate link on Amazon, I can't thank you enough for that. I get notifications whenever someone buys something on Amazon. I don't know who it is. I don't know where it's going. It doesn't matter to me. I just see an order go through. Oh my gosh, somebody bought something on Amazon through the link, my affiliate link. A royalty is coming to this channel for any purchases one makes on Amazon. So thank you for those of you who do this personally. Thank you for any of you who are able to convince your boss at work to allow the corporate firm to use my my affiliate link. That really helps too. We appreciate it very much. It's a little bit of U.S. spending money that comes into us, and every time I tell Jennifer, I say, "Well, we got a couple $100 from Amazon. We'll add that to our USA travel account, and we're that much closer to a cruise and or visiting our daughter or anything else." So fantastic. Also, Costco money. Fantastic. Got a donation yesterday from D&G Explorers. Thank you guys for that again. While I was on the air, they made a donation to my channel through my PayPal donate button. Thank you. And then last night, Brittany Lockwood. Thank you, Brittany. She made a donation to the channel. She wanted to celebrate the fact that I hit 17,000 subscribers. And so she said, here's a donation for your 17,000 subscriber count, which is just a wonderful thing. Thank you again so much. I cannot begin to tell you what that means to us. I am, in effect, a full-time YouTuber. This is my full-time job. It's all I do. And I work at it, as those of you who know me, I work at it 7 days a week, trying to build the channel, and it is growing, and it is building. And the 60, 70 hours a week I pour into the channel is paying off with a subscriber count growth. View counts are growing. Advertising revenue is coming in from YouTube bit by bit by bit, and we are bringing it on. And the larger the channel gets, the closer I am to announcing cruises for Jennifer and I, so we can see you folks on cruise ships and hopefully broadcast on cruise ships as well. That is our big plan, our big hope, crossing our fingers to get there sooner rather than later. And like I say, every month it just gets larger and larger and larger. And there's no going back. We continue right on down the line. So fantastic. Okay, news of the day. I don't have anything too much today, but I do have a bit of a recap for this week. So I'm going to go over some of the big stories this week that happened in the cruise business. And there's one piece of news that I caught last night. And then we'll say hi to everybody who's here, and then we'll go right into trivia, because that's what we're also going to do today. So first of all, the big stories of the week that I highlighted and that have been talked about. The Bahamas, the government of the Bahamas announced that they're going to use a firm called Ports Holding Limited to build out their Nassau port. The port of Nassau for passengers is going to be redone, redeveloped, $250 million build out. This is going to require dredging work, new piers to be added, complete redo of the shoreline where the piers are right now. That all going to be redone. And it's going to become very passenger friendly. That's the objective here of the Bahamian government, and I applaud them for it. They're trying to make the port of Nassau a very passenger friendly area to come onto, so that it'll encourage people to come on off the ships and don't just hide on the cruise ships. When you come to Nassau, come on over here. And you can hang out in a very secure environment on shore. There will be entertainment venues established. There's going to be restaurants, bars. There's going to be an outdoor movie theater of some kind built out. There's also going to be a concert venue that can hold 10,000 people at a time. They're talking about having live acts performing during visitation days, so that you can probably spend hours on shore right in that area and enjoy yourself for the day. And then as the day winds down, the cruise ships will start reloading their passengers, and one by one they'll header out. They're going to add enough dock space to handle 2 additional ships, so that I think their objective is to go as high as 6 ships in a day. Even Oasis class, so that's 6,000 passengers pop. So I can see 10, 15, 20,000 passengers a day coming into Nassau going forward. A number of those passengers will have tours already set up, and they'll just get on their buses and go. Others will hang out there. Others will head over to Paradise Island. And so there's a diversity of what can be done on the island. And of course, the government is trying to enhance spending from tourists, from cruise ships, to enhance the economy as a whole. That's the big objective here, is to get more and more Bahamians working steadily to cater to the tourist trade. Because at the end of the day, the tourists get back on the ship and off they go, and the island gets nice and calm. People can rest, relax, and next day, here we go, another batch of tourists coming in. Let's wind it up and see what we can do with it. So that was the first big announcement of the day. That announcement has a lot of ramifications. There's a whole lot of other things happening in the Bahamas, which I've been covering extensively, regarding private islands and additional port facilities being built out, especially on Grand Bahama Island with Caribbean already, Carnival already announcing their announcement, but Royal Caribbean is about to announce their side. They want to do a build out as well. Billions of dollars have been spent in the Bahamas over the last decade, and hundreds of millions more will be spent in the Bahamas as cruise lines and the government of the Bahamas continue to develop out that island to accommodate 4, 5, 6, 7 million passengers a year at various locations throughout the Bahamas. The country knows they can really take in a lot of capital from tourists. Debbie Manuel, you are gorgeous. Thank you, Debbie Manuel. I just saw that. I just saw a notification just hit on my email. Debbie has made a donation to my channel as well. Thank you so much for your support of this lonely little YouTuber. Not that lonely. Single YouTuber, this creator. Thank you for supporting this creator so much. You are wonderful too. Anyway, there's the big story of the week. The Bahamas, lots going on. All right, second story. It's been all over the internet. It even made the CBS morning television show. The New Jersey couple who got kicked off, quote unquote, kicked off a cruise ship. They didn't really get kicked off, but they had to get off. So I guess depending on whose side you're on, if you're the couple, you got kicked off. If you're the outside world looking in, well, you kind of had to leave the ship because you're ill. The story went that the couple, the husband is, I think, 82. The wife is 80 years old. They were on the ship for a 1-week cruise out of Miami. And I guess on day 3 or so of the trip, the wife noticed that she was suffering some internal bleeding. She felt it was an ulcer that she's been dealing with. She went to the ship doctor to visit with the doctor. They took a blood sample, and the doctor was not very impressed and very happy with her red cell blood count. I think that's how you say it. And he monitored her for a couple of days. She didn't have to stay down in the medical room or anything like that. She could still, stay in her room and eat dinner with her friends and whatever. But she was watching herself, and the red cell count dropped too low for the doctor's liking. And at age 80, the doctor was very concerned that if this got even worse than here, we have got ourselves a problem, and it's a problem that he cannot deal with. I'm assuming it's a male doctor, by the way. I couldn't find anything that didn't say it wasn't a male. In any event, under the rules and regs that the cruise line has established with regard to passengers' health and safety, the doctor had to follow the rules of Royal Caribbean. And Royal Caribbean basically says if a passenger is untreatable, if we cannot treat the passenger on board for whatever ails them, especially something as potentially serious and life-threatening as internal bleeding, we're going to have to get the passenger to a hospital as soon as possible, whatever way we can. And what ended up happening was that the ship happened to be in Costa Maya, Mexico, on its last stop before returning back to Miami, which was a 2-day sail. It was 48 hours at sea. And the doctor felt, ideally, I would really be happy if you got into a hospital here now. The couple felt, no, we really don't want to go into a Mexican hospital scenario. We would far rather go back to the States and be hospital. If we're going to be in a hospital, if that's going to happen, the wife will be in a U.S. hospital. So the ship arranged to find a way to get them from the ship in Costa Maya to a U.S. hospital the quickest way they could do it on the spot as they saw it. And that was, in effect, a 6-hour cab ride to Cancun, Mexico, 200 miles to the north, an airplane ride to Mexico City, and then an airplane ride from Mexico City to Miami. Now, that's what the cruise line was thinking, because in their mind, they're going, look, we picked you up in Miami. We drop you off in Miami. In 2 days from now, all your friends who you're with, because they were with a group, your friends will be in Miami. And then, from Miami, you'll go back to where you came from, which is New Jersey, because they have likely a flight back to New Jersey. But will they make their flight to New Jersey? That's not the ship's problem. The ship can't concern itself with that. The ship has to get this couple wants to get this couple to medical care. Anyway, it turned out that the couple did take the 6-hour cab ride, which is harrowing enough, pretty rough, and they didn't like it, obviously. $600 cost, by the way, which the couple had to pay. Then they were flown to Mexico City. They paid for that. By the time they got to Mexico City, the group on the ship that they had left behind, who they had been in contact with through probably texting, messaging, and so on, they figured out, why don't you fly from Mexico City all the way back to New Jersey, Newark, New Jersey, because now you'll be home. And if you're going to go to a hospital, you go straight into a hospital in New Jersey, and you won't have to worry about getting home from Miami to New Jersey later. And so that's what they did. They changed the flight and ended up flying back to Newark, New Jersey on United Airlines. They did. She did visit her doctor. She was admitted to a hospital. I've since found out she did spend a bit of time in the hospital. The good news, though, is that she did not need to spend a long time, or she did not need to go under any kind of an operation or anything like that. I think from what I can piece together from what I know is that she was discharged very shortly after getting into the hospital. She was given whatever meds she needed to get to settle things down with regards to her ulcer. And they're at home. The couple is at home, and they're alive. They're as well as can be expected, but they are very shaken by the fact that they had to go through this harrowing ordeal to get back. They would have preferred to stay on the ship for the 48 hours to get back to Miami, but I understand it as an outsider looking in. The doctor was in a no-win situation. Had she felt better, well, great. But had she felt worse, the cruise line could have been sued for malpractice, where the doctor went by the playbook to say, look, under these conditions, you cannot remain on this cruise ship, because your life could be in danger, you're better off in a medical facility to be looked after by professionals. The couple, as far as I know, did not have travel insurance for whatever reason. And so they obviously opted not to use a hospital in Costa Maya. They opted to not use a hospital in Cancun or in Mexico City. They decided to go all the way back to Newark. And I guess her condition, as fragile as it was still allowing her to fly commercial to get back to the US. So thankfully, she was healthy enough to make the trip. It did not, quote, impact her badly, and she was able to get help from her medical provider and the hospital. So there you have the story there. That was the second big story of the week. The next story of the week is U.S. State Department has reinstated a travel advisory for passengers on cruise ships and airplanes, any visitors, Americans going to the Bahamas. And in particular, they were concentrating on Nassau. They were really zeroing in on Nassau. United States State Department is putting out a level 2 advisory, travel advisory for Americans in effect to Nassau, but they're covering the whole country with this advisory. Too many incidents of armed robbery, of purse snatching, assaults, and sexual assaults being reported to the U.S. State Department by Americans. And so the country yet again has made the advisory. The government of the Bahamas doesn't agree with it. They don't want this on their, on their country. They'd really rather the U.S. government not do this, but the American government is doing what it's supposed to do. It is advising its citizenry, hey, as an American, you should be aware of what's happening in various locales around the world. One of them is Nassau. And so the level 2 was reinstated, and there you go. But again, that's the reason why these new ports are being built in the Bahamas by cruise ship lines, not only private islands and private resort getaways, but also the complete revamp of the port in Nassau. All right, so that was another story. The other story of the week, another one, Royal Caribbean announced the Navigator of the Seas has been refurbished to the tune of $115 million with the world's longest water rides on the seas. Big money has been spent by Royal Caribbean on a number of ships and will continue to be done. The Navigator of the Seas, as we are speaking right now, is on her first voyage with paying passengers since the refurbishment, and so far all seems well. The stabilizer apparently was repaired or replaced, and so hopefully the ride will be a stable ride, not a rocky one on the Navigator of the Seas. We'll continue to follow that one. Yesterday, Carnival Cruise Line had an incident that it got public from a couple of days ago. Back on Thursday, so a couple of days back, the Carnival Victory cruise ship was dead in the water for 2 to 5 hours. It had an engine malfunction. All systems shut down, including the propulsion and electronics, which meant there were no toilets working, no water running, no air conditioning, no food being made. The ship was dead in the water for upwards of 2 to 5 hours. I think after a couple hours, the engineers on board the ship were able to get the electronics back up and functioning. And so air conditioning came back, the toilets, the water, the kitchens, everything was back running again. So all systems for keeping people alive were back up and running, thankfully. Then a few hours after that, they managed to get the engines working for propulsion, and the ship was able to work her way back to Miami. Passengers were able to offload on time. Passengers were able to come back on. The new passengers were able to embark on time, and the ship left yesterday for her next voyage, and so far so good. But it begs the question, the Carnival Victory is one of the cruise ships in this case, it was built in 2000. It's approaching 19, 20 years of age and will be going in for a major refurbishment next year in Cadiz, Spain, $200 million redo. Can they keep this ship running reliably between now and next year, or is this going to become more common? We have noticed a number of the older older Carnival cruise ships breaking down from time to time. Sometimes very minor, few hours, and it's okay. Other times, nothing's not so minor. We'll keep an eye on it. I will note that the Norwegian Jade broke down in November last year in in the Caribbean area. Ended up going to San Juan, Puerto Rico, where a cruise was canceled. A full-blown holiday cruise, Thanksgiving holiday cruise, was completely wiped out, causing all kinds of consternation and problems for people going back home. We'll keep an eye on these older ships, and I'll report to you what I know as I see it. Who else? Oh, Holland America. They did the unthinkable, or well, is it really unthinkable? They made the move. They have decided to end and discontinue the practice of allowing passengers who go to the main dining room to order an extra entree if they so wanted to. It's not uncommon, has not been an uncommon practice where a husband and wife will go to the main dining room, and one of the highlights of dinner will be one of the two have chicken, one of the two have seafood, and then they order a third entree that could be a pasta dish, or it could be seafood, or it could be a steak, or who knows what. The third entree, there's no extra charge for that. You can have as many entrees as you want, just eat them. Holland America, under the guise of trying to cut back on the wastage of food, have decided to implement a policy where they're going to charge $10 for a third entree or a fourth entree. It's a $10 surcharge now, in order to say to the passenger, if you order it, we will bring it to you, but it'll cost you $10. So make sure you eat it and don't leave it behind. This is a tradition that has been going back decades, that is being blown out of the water. Holland America is calling it an experiment, as a test. There are 4 ships involved in the test. All 4 ships happen to cater to North American passengers. These are all Caribbean cruises or Mexican cruises going forward. They're not doing this in Europe. They're not doing this in Asia. They're doing this in North America. What is that telling you? Are you reading between the lines, folks? They're telling us something about our habits on board cruise ships, and they are nailing North American passengers with the $10 fee for an extra entree in the main dining room. I don't care how this test comes out, whether it's whether a whole bunch of people order the item and pay for it, or whether a whole bunch of people don't order it at all and don't spend the extra $10. Or even mediocre results. I think, and I'm certain, that the bean counter in head office for Holland America, which would be in Seattle, the head office of Holland America is Seattle. I have a feeling that the bean counters in Seattle are going to go, this is a success. This is great. We're not wasting as much food. Well, actually, we're bringing in a whole bunch more money, and we're not spending as much to run our cruise line. And so it's a winner. It's fantastic. Is it a winner for the passengers? Who cares? It's a winner for the cruise line. The cruise line is going to be happy with the result, no matter what the result, because at the end of the day, they're going to spend less money on food, likely. They're going to get more money from food sales, and that's a win. The accounting department is just going to go, this is great. We can report to our bosses at Carnival, who owns this cruise line, that we are more profitable as a cruise line than we were before we did this test. And going forward, this is what we're going to do. Oh, by the way, hey, Carnival, you should do this across your entire fleet. So don't be surprised for Carnival to do it. Princess is going to do it. P&O is going to do it. Ada Cruise Line is going to do it. The Costa Line is going to do it. Cunard is going to, they're all going to do it. It's just a matter of time. They're all going to do it because it's a way to enhance profits from each division inside the Carnival Corporation, which is a publicly traded company on the New York Stock Exchange. And every 13 weeks, Carnival's bookkeepers and auditors have to report to the bankers in Wall Street. How you doing? Are you making more money than last quarter? Are you able to meet the projections that we've set for you, let alone the ones you've set for yourselves? And this is part of the game that is going on, to squeeze out every penny anywhere you can on these cruise lines from your passengers. And one way to do it is charge them more and give them less. That's one of the games you play It's been done on the airlines. It's being done in the hotel chains. It's being done in the cruise line business. Charge more, give them less, and bring us fatter profits so we can report to the shareholders out there how great you're doing. That is the game that's going on every 13 weeks. All right, last story before we say hi to everybody. Juneau, Alaska. Juneau, Alaska is now looking at a deal where they want to add more shore power, more electric shore power. In other words, the cruise ship comes to the dock, puts the ship there. They then plug in power from shore onto the ship electrically, and the engines for the cruise lines can be shut down, and there are no emissions coming out of the smokestacks in downtown Juneau. This is a smart move. It's already being done. It's been done for over a decade by, I think, Princess Cruise Lines has been doing this. Now they want to add more shore power to cruise ships in Juneau. I believe I read somewhere Juneau was the first port in the world to offer shore power to cruise ships. The first ever anywhere. And it's now being done around the planet. More and more ports are adding shore power as a service. They charge the cruise lines for the electricity. Don't worry, they don't lose money in this deal. They actually make money. The city of Juneau, the power company for Juneau, they all make money, and this helps Juneau residents in having lower power fees because the cruise lines pay a price that is higher than a resident would pay on a kilowatt basis. But for the cruise line, it's not a bad way to go because they get to shut down their engines for 6-8 hours, rest their units, rest all of their systems, and not blow emissions into the air. Fantastic. It's quieter, smoother, and it will be done more and more. Now, as we go forward down the road, there will be cruise ships coming into ports that will be known as hybrids, where you have cruise liners with massive battery banks as well as diesel engines, and they'll come into a port like Juneau and others. They'll plug into shore power, and now what will happen is they'll shut down their engines and they'll start to charge their battery systems as they provide power to their ship while in port. And when they leave port 6-8 hours later, their battery systems will be fully charged up, and the ship will be able to leave port without even turning on their diesel engines. They'll, in effect, leave the port of Juneau and others under electric power, which means they're running silent and they're running emission-free. Now, when these cruise ships go in to see the calving of glaciers coming into the glacier areas, they'll run in there under electricity, and they won't even be emitting any emissions there either. So, as time goes by, more and more of these cruise ships will go under LNG, of course, power instead of diesel. They'll go under battery power or as a hybrid, and they'll be charged up on shore. So this is becoming a cleaner and cleaner and cleaner industry going forward. A number of U.S. ports and European ports are already demanding that cruise ships and cargo ships, ferries and so on, have to adhere to a very high standard for emissions, pollutants from the emissions, much higher than the French Paris Accords, by the way, already. Because the cruise lines and the cargo lines and the ferry, they all know we've got to run clean because this planet cannot continue to sustain the old ways of polluting into the air like we used to have way back when. So when you hear about environmentalists screaming and ranting and raving about how dirty the cruise ships are, they're in effect, some of them are still using statistics that might be outdated, or they're not giving enough credit to the cruise lines who are trying quickly as they can to bring up the standards to a modern day count. But of course, there are environmentalists out there who will never, ever be satisfied that a cruise liner will ever be clean enough, ever. No matter what they do, it'll never be clean enough. And so you can't satisfy everybody all the time. It's just the way it is. It's the life and the world in which we live. But there are things being done to make it better. And this is one of them. Shore power, I think it's a great idea. There you go. There is the news of the day from this guy. 60 of you have joined me for the show so far today. I'm really pleased you're all here. 22 thumbs ups have come in so far today. Thank you for that. If anyone out there can spare thumbs ups for this YouTuber, I would appreciate it. I want to say hi to who is here, and I want to get my trivia going. So I'm going to quickly go through the hellos and get right to trivia so we don't waste too much time on that. Sylvan Forrest was first. Linda Lou was second today. Deb Guimet came in and said hi to everybody. She's here. She's putting in 2 French meat pies in the oven for tonight. She'll be here for trivia too. Thank you, Deb, for joining me. Same with you, Linda Lou and Sylvan. Michael Cruise Lover is here. He's saying it's 37, going to get colder tonight. Gas is $2.04 at Costco today near Lubbock, Texas. Right on, Michael. Welcome, buddy. Kelly Haston, hi there from Pensacola today. The ad was for Crystal Burgers. Interesting advertising. Crystal Burgers advertising on my channel. Fantastic. Welcome, Kelly, as always. Sean Langford, finally catching a Saturday show. 39 Fahrenheit, gas 219 in Tennessee. Game of Sultans ad, taking Carnival Freedom in 2 weeks. Can I go into a coma for the next 12 days? Just forget all about it. Get me ready for my cruise. I'm ready to go. Linda Lou trivia. Yay. Kat Dodd, only been watching you for a few weeks. Kat, it's great that you're joining us and you've been here lately. It's fantastic. Scott Weber, hi, everybody. It's stormy, cold, wet here in Palos Verdes, California. 55, windy and rainy. Unbelievable, but, you know, keeps the dust down and keeps those forest fires at bay. So, well, get the moisture. Let's get it. Linda Lou, good morning, Scott. Scott Weber, hello, Linda Lou. Sean Langford saw Nurse Nancy sporting some cool TWB swag on her cruise posts. That's right. We have a Facebook group page called Traveling with Bruce, and a number of my viewers post photos of themselves and friends and relatives of their cruise vacations, and some of them are wearing TWB merchandise on these Caribbean cruises everywhere else. I love it, and Nurse Nancy definitely was posting photos of herself wearing some TWB swag. It looked great. Tom Henry was posting yesterday and the day before. Fantastic, you guys. I love it. 66 degrees here in sunny in Columbus, South Carolina, says Kat Todd. Right on, Kat. One can survive winter at 66, that's for sure. Sylvan, hi, Bruce and everybody. 79 degrees, sunny and enjoyable in the shade in Delray Beach, Florida. Gas, $2.26 a gallon. Thumbs ups, everybody. Smash that subscribe button. Yay, trivia. Thank you, Sylvan, for all your support and catching up with us almost every day. Love it. Cheers to everybody from Traveling with Bruce. Hope you're having a great weekend, and we're getting ready for trivia. Oh, it'll be great. Scott Weber, yay, they didn't say rain, but it's drenching rain. Linda Lou, don't know if rain or the snow is better. Mark Dirksen, hey, Bruce, did not know you were on Saturday afternoon. Yes, sir, Monday to Friday, 5 o'clock, Saturdays at 2. We do live shows. Linda Lou, both yucky. Scott Weber, Sylvan, I want to go to Delray Beach. Tracy, hi, Bruce, and everybody in the car. So just listening today. Welcome, Tracy. Linda Lou, me too. Florida sounds so nice right now. Scott Weber, snow is worse. After leaving Northeast Pennsylvania a few years ago, I learned about snow. I don't like it. Deb, thanks, Linda Lou. One of your favorites. Our son's birthday is today, so I made one for him as a surprise to pick up on his way home from work. Sheila, hi, Bruce. 56 degrees here in Virginia. Nice weather. I guess, Sheila. Deb Guimet, hi, Cool Jazz. Debbie Manuel, hi, Bruce. TWB, no commercial. Raining again in Northern California. Premium gas, $3.25.9 a gallon. Internet is slow again today, but can surely listen. Thank you, Debbie, and thank you for your generous donation to my channel again today. I love you so much. Thank you. Sylvan, ad for Pedigo electric bicycles. Interesting. Linda Lou, hi, how sweet. Deb, he will love Mom's cooking. Cool Jazz, hey, Deb Guimet, how are you doing? Paul Wilson, hello, Bruce. Hello there, everybody else. I'm finally at home in Colorado, outside of Cannon City. My home is at 8,850 feet elevation. It's great to see the real mountains again. Way to go, Paul. Safe driving all the way home. Way to go, buddy. Take some time off and relax. Get your feet up. Linda Lou, hi, hello, neighbor Debbie. Linda Lou, hi there, not trucking Paul. How you doing? Silva and Deb, French meat pies. It must be something in the air because I will be making some tomorrow. Sheila, they should pay you to announce on a cruise. That I agree. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely. They should sponsor me to come on a cruise ship and broadcast from there. Absolutely. Can you imagine the free promotion you get for the whole week? Unbelievable. I'm just a phone call away, folks. Cruise Lines, let me know. Linda Lou, enough of your time, Paul. Enough your time, your home time. Let's see here. Paul Wilson, the temperature at 8,850 feet is 25 degrees right now, but it's supposed to get real bad tonight. Going to get a snowstorm through tomorrow. Kat Dodd, they probably want to spend some of that money on security for the port. Yes, I would say, Kat, I'm sure they'll set that up. The Nassau port will be very secure. I can sure imagine that. Deb Emanuel, hi, Linda Lou. Deb, Cool Jazzy, are you doing well? I'm doing well. How you doing? Sheila, hi, TWB Travelers. Cool Jazz. Good to hear, Deb. I'm good. Waiting on Tom Henry to show at the Soggy Dollar. Linda Lou, I woke up to snow this morning in Reno, so working your way, Paul. It's coming your way. D&G. Hello, Bruce. TWB Family. 65 today and rainy in Madeira, California. Welcome, guys. Showing your channel. I just noticed you're at 1,040 odd subscribers. Way to go, you guys. It's coming. Vivian, evening all. We got a storm hitting tomorrow. 80-mile-an-hour winds, torrential rain. The ad was new stay hotels. Vivian, far cry from the 70-degree temperature you had earlier this week. It's just getting nasty over there. Sheila, although I'm new here and at cruising, I'm not sure they should keep building everywhere. You got to wonder. Well, Sheila, it's changing, constantly in flux all the time. A lot of cruise lines are building their own private getaway islands and that kind of thing, to the tune of millions, tens of millions of dollars. It really is something, but they want a secure, wonderful, casual environment for passengers to enjoy on these getaway cruises. Not all cruises are cultural experiences anymore. That used to be the case going back decades, but today's world, passengers are looking to go on a 7-day cruise, a 4-day cruise, a 5-day cruise to just unwind and not worry about, stress and work and whatever. So these cruise lines are building resort islands and resort getaways in the Caribbean to just put your feet up and relax. Eat too much, drink too much, swim too much, party too much, sleep all you can, rest all you can, and enjoy yourself and come back next time and do it again. That's what seems to be happening. But with the kids, you got to keep the kids entertained. So water parks for the kids, zip lines, roller coaster rides, all kinds of water activities. Get those kids running around like crazy and let mom and dad relax over here on those loungers. There's the perfect formula right there for a cruise. That's the new way of doing it. Interesting. Nina, hi, Bruce. Skip reading the comments. Let people read it themselves. If they're interested in who's saying hello to who, I think most of us here to hear your stories and play trivia. Well, thank you, Nina. I appreciate that. Although I do love to give the shout outs. What can I say? Everyone is giving shout outs. Roger Leonard is here. Paul Wilson. Darkhawk is here. 30 degrees from Missouri. Getting ready for another storm. I'm so done with winter. So done. Linda Lou is here. Howdy, everybody. Vivian, hi, Paul. Sheila, Paul Wilson, just as I begin my journeys. D&G, Paul Wilson, Sheila, long run, that might be better for us. If they can't fill ships, then they would lower the cost of the cruise to attract more people. That's true, too. Brittany Lockwood, hi, Bruce and all. Brittany, thank you for your donation. I mentioned it earlier. I don't know if you were here or not. Saw your donation for my 17,000 subscribers. Thank you so much, dear. You are wonderful, as always. Who else is here? Looking at names I don't recognize. Sylvan is saying on a ship, most of the mass is at the bottom. Engines, storage spaces, fridges, fuel tanks. The rest is quite light. The ship's center of gravity is usually slightly above the waterline, barely, and the rest is all below. Exactly. Those 15 decks up there are light compared to the weight under the waterline, and that's why the ships don't do too much of this. They don't do much of it. They do a little, but not that much. That's why ships can go so high, because of their low center of gravity. Let's see here. Vivian is saying to Brittany, how's your travel agent stuff going? Sheila, Linda Lou, I'm going to on a bigger ship at least once over. I believe I will more than prefer the small ones myself. Paul Wilson, howdy, D&G. Yes, that would seem to be correct. If they cannot fill the ships, or they would have to downsize like Norwegian did with China with the Norwegian Joy, they'll just bring them back. Roger, since Bruce is talking about hospital stuff, I'd like to make a correction. It's not Bayonne General. It's Bayonne Medical Center. Avoid at all costs if you happen to cruise out of Bayonne. Don't go there. Just don't go there. Cat Todd, same Linda Lou. I had a bad experience on a large ship, over 4,000 people. Haven't booked one since. The service suffers, and added amenities don't make up for the long waits and the crowding. Very interesting. Let's see here. Sheila saying, I agree with you, D&G and Paul Wilson. They may have to scrap some down the road. You never know. Deb Gomet, Roger Leonard, good to know. Thank you. Linda Lou, I just heard them shooting for avalanches. Mount Rose Ski Resort is 15 minutes away. Not fond of traveling with 6,000 people, says Vivian. Let's see. Who else is here? Who else is coming in? Let me just catch up with everybody. Everyone's talking to everybody, so that's great. Lucky Puppy Paws. Bark, bark, woof. Welcome, Lucky Puppy. I'm not sure if they're sticking around or not. Who else is here? Cool Jazz. If no one orders to pay extras, have to throw all that food away. Not going to prepare food when you're not ordering. Let's see here. Other people. Scott Weber. Glad I can still get a second entree from my European All in America for now, but don't hold your breath. I think that's going away. I think I'm catching up here. Kat, I actually think that a lot of cruise ships are going and moving away from both the buffet and the main dining room and starting to do more and more counter service restaurants and delis, making it almost full service places. So it might cost extra. They may all cost extra someday. That could be it. You never know. Sheila, Bruce, can you start a petition? Let's start a petition. Who else is here coming through? Jeremy G. Hi, Bruce, 78 Palm Springs. Jeremy, you're killing me. I love it. Thank you. John Ketchum, this is my first chat. New to YouTube as well. John, welcome to the show. Welcome to my channel. Where are you watching me from? I usually ask folks, tell me, where are you watching me from? What's your high temperature today? What's the price of gas in your neighborhood? Did you get an ad before you watched my show? Welcome to the channel. I'm glad you're here. Folks are welcoming you. Kimberly Vito, lots of hellos and kisses and everything. Thank you, Jeremy. Welcome, John. Welcome, John, from Paul Wilson. Deb Gomet, Cool Jazz. Thank you. Seriously, look at my 26 sailings. Also found MSC on a what is it, repo this November from New York. Vivian is saying, hi, John from the UK. Welcome to the show. D&G, welcome, John Ketchum. Sheila, welcome, John Ketchum. I'm pretty new myself. However, it's a wonderful family here, the TWB family. Welcome, John. Everyone's welcoming you here, buddy. You're part of the group now. Let's see here. Linda Plant. Hey, hi, Linda. How are you? Just Pamela. Hello, D&G. Hi, Just Pamela. Linda Boo at Holland America for doing that. Sheila, Newport News is about 3.5 hours from me. That old biddy. Hi from St. Louis. Loving these live chats. Donell is here from Cork, Ireland. Hi, Bruce. Sorry I'm late. I just got here. Welcome, buddy. Sheila, hi, that old biddy. Linda Plant watching from southwestern Ontario. 1 below Celsius. Linda, where are you from in southwestern Ontario? I used to live in Kitchener-Waterloo. I know the area. Where are you watching me from? This is awesome stuff. Nathaniel Brown. Yo, Bruce. Nathaniel, what's going on? That old biddy. Hi, Sheila Bosinger. I have caught up on all the chats, all the messages. Let's play Saturday afternoon trivia. Let's get on it. I'm ready to roll on trivia here. Let me set this up right now, and we'll get going on trivia for Saturday. I hope you enjoy the little selection I've put together of quizzes. It runs the gamut. You never know with me what kind of trivia question you're going to get. Here's the way it works. I will read out a question to you folks. It'll have multiple correct answers, so it's not like just one answer at a time. Send me one answer at a time if you're going to answer my trivia question. So just, if I ask for different countries, don't send me 5 countries in one little message. Send me one country at a time, then send me another message, then send me another message. This gives everybody a chance to answer and what's going on here. Linda Plant, I grew up in London, but I live in Exeter. Right on. I used to remember going to St. Jacobs all the time. And, well, of course, I went to college in Toronto. I played a lot of music, Oktoberfest music, wearing those lederhosen, those leather shorts. I played all over Southern Ontario, Oompapa music, we called it. That got me through a lot of my college years. I made a lot of money doing that for college. Welcome, Linda, to the chat. I'm glad you're here. Sheila, not sure what she's saying. Vivian, Linda Plant, Suffolk here in the UK, and Sheila, nice Linda Plant. Welcome one, welcome on. Glenn Edinburgh just showed up from Brisbane, Australia. Glenn, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the chat. Another viewer is here. We got 52, 57 of you, something like that. Welcome to the show. Sheila would like to see you. Those, Bruce, yeah, those, I don't fit in those anymore. The pair I used to have, I don't fit in those anymore. They're long gone. My wife enjoyed me wearing them. She thought those were pretty cool. She used to wear a dirndl. My gal Jennifer and we were together in those days. We got together back in '76, and I played Oompapa music for '76, '77, and she would accompany me wearing the dirndl, and she looked pretty good in the dirndl. She doesn't fit that anymore. I don't fit the leather pants anymore, so it's all memories now of those days. What can I say? Sylvia, hi, Bruce. What instrument did you play? I used to play the bass guitar and do vocals, but I used to also play rhythm guitar, and I used to even play drums for some of the bands I was in, but mainly the bass guitar is where I made most of my money. I like to imitate Paul McCartney, but couldn't imitate Paul McCartney. No one imitates Paul McCartney. Deb Gourmet, how about a concert, Bruce? Dream on, Deb. Sheila, thumbs up for Bruce, and Deb Gourmet, hi, Sylvia. 40 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody. Here's the first trivia question. I'm getting right into it right now. Can you name the names of the characters in the Back to the Future trilogy? All the character names from Back to the Future. Just give me their first name or last name. It doesn't matter. Who were the characters in Back to the Future 1, 2, and 3? Let's see how you guys do on that. I have 19 different character names here that I'm looking at. I used to play sax, says Nathaniel. Right on, man. We had a sax player in our group. We had a trumpet player and a trombonist. Had a lot of fun. All right, here we go. Here come the guesses. Sean Langford, Marty McFly. Well, of course, Marty McFly. Michael J. Fox played him, obviously. Jerome is saying Biff. Don't forget Biff. Absolutely, Biff Tannen is the name. Thomas F. Wilson played him. You got it. Let's see here, Marty, and we have Doc, Donnell O'Malley, Doc Brown, yes, Emmett Brown, Dr. Emmett L. Brown, Christopher Lloyd played him. Mark has Biff, Glenn Edinburgh, Bruce, you rocker, you. Yeah, I was a rocker playing Oompa music. That's, my best, I had friends of mine, and I had, my father had a music store. They had musicians coming in all the time. These guys wanted to become the next Beatles, the next Led Zeppelin, whatever it took. They wanted to play rock and roll, heavy rock, whatever. They didn't make money. They played for free. Just to get a gig, they'd play for nothing. Or they'd play for, $20 a guy. They would not make money. I'm playing Oompa music, wearing lederhosen, high knee socks, white knee socks, a white shirt with a little bit of a tie and a German hat. And I'm making 60, 80, $100 a night in 1976 when rent was 174 a month. Our apartment was 174 a month. I'm making 100 a night playing Oompa music. My buddies who are cool are playing all that rock and roll music, and they're making nothing. Yeah. I got through college doing that. That was something, but that was hard work. That really was. All right, Linda Lou had Doc Brown. So did Nina. Roger had Marty McFly. Nina, Jennifer. That's right, the girlfriend, Jennifer. Don't forget Jennifer Parker. Claudia Wells, Elizabeth Shue, and Kathy Cavadini played that role. Jennifer. Melanie. Jeremy is saying Melanie was on the was one of the characters. Now, is that the sister? I'm not exactly sure here. I'm looking here. I don't have a Melanie on this quiz, but that sounds so familiar to me, Jeremy. Seamus, Nina Frank, Seamus. That's right. That was, where are we? Seamus McFly was played by Michael J. Fox in the third episode, in the third series. I think that was himself going back a couple of generations. That's right. Sheila Bosinger has Mom. Mom. Well, I need the name for Mom, Sheila, but I know what you're doing. Nina, Maggie. The name Maggie. Maggie McFly. Leah Thompson played Maggie McFly in the third series. That would be the great grandmother, I'm imagining, going way back. Glenn had Marty. Deb had Biff. Glenn had Doc. Ton Neppy. Hey, Bruce, have you ever cruised on Crystal? Do you ever talk about upscale lines? I'm from Sarasota. I have not cruised Crystal. Would love to cruise Crystal. They're based out of Los Angeles. They run a 6-star cruise line, very high end. Also, I have talked about a Viking Cruise Line, 6-star, very nice, no children, under 18 allowed. I've talked about Oceania and Seabourn. From time to time, I do cover them, but Crystal, nice cruise line. I would love to afford to be able to take that cruise line for a little ride for sure. Cat Dot, I've never saw Back to the Future, laugh out loud. Cat Dot, where have you been, girl? I mean, come on, Cat. You've got a movie night coming up. You got a movie night coming up. All three back to back to back. That old biddy, Lorraine Bates. Remember Lorraine, or Lorraine McFly, the mother, played by Leah Thompson. Exactly. George, Nina Frank, George McFly, dad, played by Crispin Glover in the first one, and Jeffrey Weissman. George McFly, the dad. Sylvia, Cat Dot, I saw it so many years ago. Brittany Lockwood, Linda is the name she's coming up with. Linda McFly was in parts 1 and 3. Wendy Jo Sperber played Linda McFly. Well done, Linda Lou. I'm old, I forgot. That old biddy. Clara Clayton Brown. That's right. Mary Steenbergen played part 3. She played Doc Emmett Brown's girlfriend, the school teacher. Who would have thought Doc Brown was going to get hitched up? But he did. Nathaniel, Mr. Strickland. That's right, Mr. Strickland. James Tolkien played parts 1 and 2. Mr. Strickland at school. Marty's nemesis, McFly, you'll never amount to anything, McFly. No McFly has ever amounted to anything in the history of Hill Valley, is what he would say. Oh my, Sheila, wow, traveling with Bruce. Brittany Lockwood, Seamus, we have Marlene. I think we've got already Marlene. We had Maggie, actually, not Marlene. We Cap Dodd, Linda Lou, haha. Brittany, Clara, we have Brittany Lockwood, Jules. Jules would be the dog, would be the offspring from Einstein. Einstein, that's right. Going down the road here, Irene. Someone's on. Nathaniel is thinking about Irene. I don't have an Irene here. MSC says Cool Jazz is wondering. That old biddy, Marvin Berry. That's right, cousin Marvin Berry, Chuck Berry's cousin. You remember Marvin Berry on the band? Exactly. That's another one. Mad Dog Tannen. Well done, Nina. You got it. Mad Dog Tannen. Buford. Mad Dog Tannen. Thomas F. Wilson played that in part 3. He didn't like being called Mad Dog. Nobody calls me Mad Dog. Nobody. That's right. Brittany Lockwood. Einstein the dog. I gave it away. You got it. Freddie the dog. Einstein in the trilogy. Linda Lou. I'm so mad remembering movies. I'm so bad at it. Sheila, not good at names, better at numbers most of the time. Nina Frank, William. She's wondering about someone called William. I don't have a William. Clara, we've got Irving. Brittany Lockwood is wondering about Irving. I don't have an Irving. We're running out of them, though. Gerald and Edna and Chuck Berry on the phone, I think. Yes. Jules and Vern, correct. Douglas, Vern. Cool says, yeah, Deb, good met. MSC, they're going to be in New York. Mark Dirksen, he played Johnny B. Good. Sheila Bosinger, nice, Jerry. Nice, Jeremy. Nina Frank, no Jules, is the son of Doc and Clara. Oh, that's right, the son. He's the son in Doc and Clara. That's right, Jewel and Vern. Thanks, Sheila and Cool Jazz. That is right. I forgot about that. Let's see here. Other characters in parts 1 and 2. We have Skinhead, 3D, and Match. Those were the thugs that Biff had. Dave McFly played parts 1 and 3. Mark McClure played that role. Needles was played. Needles was played in parts 2 and 3. Griff Tannen. Griff was played. There we go. Jeremy, you got it. Griff Tannen, parts 2. Dada, Spike, and Whitey were, again, some of the thugs in part 2. And Marty McFly Jr. was played by Michael J. Fox in part 2. Michael J. Fox Jr. Way back when. Those are all the characters I have here for this one. Bringing back memory lane, Marty McFly, and Back to the Future parts 1, 2, and 3. Love those movies. All righty, let's move on to the next one here. Tell me if you can. This is worldwide countries. I'm looking for countries around the world that consume the most coffee per capita. What countries in the world do people drink the most coffee per capita around the world? Let's see how we do on this one. Coffee drinkers around the world. Fire away with your best guess. Here we are. Here we go. Linda Lou and Brittany coming in with the United States of America. The USA is coming in at number 25. The USA is tied at 25, 4.2 kilos per capita per year. Now, 4.2 kilos, you multiply that by 2.2 to get a pound. So we're talking around 9 pounds to 10 pounds of coffee a year per person in America, and that's only 25th in the world. That's a lot of coffee and still only 25th most. Sheila is wondering about the country of Brazil. Brasilia, 16th place, 5.6 kilos, so about 12 pounds a year, give or take. Kat Dodd is thinking Italy, Italia. The Italians love coffee, and boy, do they ever. 14th place in the world, 5.9 kilos, about 13 pounds a year of coffee a year. Sylvan Forest, France. They love coffee in France. They do love coffee in France. 18th place overall, 5.4 kilos a year. Nina, Sweden. The Swedes love coffee, and you are right. 6th overall, the 6th most. Swedes consume 8.2 kilos of coffee a year, about 18 pounds a year. That is double the US rate, practically double an American. It's incredible. Jeremy, España, Spain, España, Spain, 22nd overall in the world, 4.5 kilos. Indonesia, Mark Dirksen is guessing Indonesia. And I don't have Indonesia in the top 30 countries of the world. I do not have Indonesia that high. Nina Frank, Greece, the country of Greece for coffee consumption, 17th in the world, 5.5 kilos, about 12 pounds a year. Brittany Lockwood, Mexico. What about Mexico for coffee consumption? Not in the top 30, not Mexico. Spain, we've got Donnell, the United Kingdom does not rank in the top 30. They kind of like tea in Britain, so that keeps the coffee numbers down. Brittany, the Vatican didn't make it. Sorry, I checked. UK we've done. Italians we've done. Brittany Lockwood, what about Canada, Bruce? Canada, they love coffee in Canada. Oh, do we love coffee in Canada? Canada is tied for 10th in the world, 6.5 kilos, 2 kilos more than America. We consume 14 pounds of coffee a year per person in Canada, a pound a month plus per person. Yeah, we love coffee up here. Brittany, Jamaica. What about the country of Jamaica? Not in the top 30. Costa Rica, Sylvan Forest. Costa Rica for coffee consumption. Nope, not. They make it, they grow it, but they don't drink it like we do up here. That old biddy. Belgium, number 8 in the world, 6.8 kilos, almost 15 pounds a year per person. Brazil, we did. Turkey, Sylvan Forest. Turkey, I was looking for Turkey, and it didn't show on this list, and I don't know why, because I think the Turks drink an awful lot of coffee. Jeremy, Colombia, they grow it, but do they drink it in the top 30? They do not hit the top 30 for coffee consumption in Colombia. Donnell, Australia, not in the top 30. Iran, Sylvan Forest, the country of Iran for coffee consumption, not in the top 30. Norway, Nina Frank, Norway, number 2. Norway, number 2, 9.9 kilos, 22 pounds of coffee per person per year. That is huge coffee consumption. Iraq, Sylvan is wondering about the country of Iraq. If not Iran, what about Iraq? Don't have them either. Sheila, South America, I need specific countries. Cat Dodd, South Africa, not in the top 30. Germany, Nina Frank, Germany, number 11 in the world, 6.5 kilos a year, about 14 pounds. Denmark, that old ditty, Denmark is number 4, 8.7 kilos a year, about 18 pounds. China, Mark Dirksen is wondering about the Chinese. Are they in the top 30? They are not. They love tea. New Zealand, Donnell, wondering about New Zealanders as coffee drinkers, not in the top 30. Ireland, Donnell is wondering. Yeah, Ireland. Let's see. Do I have Ireland? Ireland. Do not have Ireland in the top 30. Colombia, no. Finland, that old ditty, number 1 in the world. Finland. 12 kilos a year, 26.5 pounds of coffee per person a year in Finland. Number 1 consumer, followed by Norway. Unbelievable amounts of coffee. Brittany Lockwood looking for Cuba. The Cubans for coffee. They're not in the top 30. Korea, Brittany Lockwood. I'll look for any Korea. There is no North or South Korea in this quiz. Spain, we've done. Greece, we've done. England, we've done. Japan. Japan is not in the top 30 either. Morocco, Cat Dodd. Morocco for coffee consumption, not in the top 30. Peru, Deb Guimet. Peru is not in the top 30. India and Turkey have come in. Turkey, we've done. India, not in the top 30. Denmark, we've done. Who else? Canada, we've done. Australia, we've done. China, we've done. Canada, we've done. Australia, we've done. Iceland, that old biddy. Iceland, number 3 for coffee consumption in the world. Iceland, 9 kilos. That's about 20 pounds a year of coffee consumed in Iceland. That's a ton of coffee. Linda Lou, Russia. What about Russia? Not in the top 30. Hungary, Nina Frank, Hungary. The country in Hungary, nope, not in the top 30. Venezuela, not in the top 30. Argentina, for coffee, not in the top 30. Brazil, no. Mexico, no. Switzerland, that old biddy, yeah, number 7 in the world, 8 kilos a year, about 18 pounds, 17 pounds. Brittany, I'm not a huge coffee drinker. Chile, Jeremy, what about Chile in South America for coffee? Nope. Colombia, no. Not Tony, not. And Nathaniel, no can do there. Netherlands, Nina. Yeah, number 5 for the Netherlands, 8.5 kilos a year, about 19 pounds. That's a lot of coffee. Germany, we have. Colombia, we tried. India, we did. Lebanon, however you pronounce it, 21st in the world for coffee consumption, 4.8 kilos a year, a little over 10 pounds a year in Lebanon. Germany, we did. Poland, the country of Poland for coffee does not rank. Iraq, no. Russia, no. China, no. Denmark, we did. Sweden, we did. Ecuador, nope, not Ecuador. Switzerland, we did. Finland, we did. Finland is number 1. India, we've done. Not here. Argentina, no. Finally, something Scandinavia is good at, says Nina. They love their coffee. Nathaniel, Japan, no. Hungary, we've done. Estonia, number 22, 4.5 kilos, about 10 pounds a year. Portugal, Linda Lou is wondering about Portugal, 24th in the world, 4.3 kilos, about 9 pounds a year, maybe 10. Guatemala, Sheila is wondering about Guatemala, does not rank for coffee. Serbia, Nina Frank, Serbia. Nope, not Serbia. Bosnia, yes, Bosnia, Herzegovina, 12th highest coffee consumption country, 6.1 kilos, about 13.5, 14 pounds a year. Play Fortnite, says Mateo. Thank you, Mateo. Please, that old biddy, Luxembourg, number 8 in the world, 6.8 kilos a year, about 15 pounds a year. Portugal, we've done. I need it, says Mateo. Mateo, stop speaking. All right, okay, Mateo, you're out of here. See you around, Mateo. Thanks for coming by. See you next time somewhere else. All righty, moving on. Mateo is gone. Sheila, Zimbabwe, not in the top 30. Bulgaria from Nina. No, not Bulgaria. That old biddy, never mind. Cat Dodd, Norway, we've done. Saudi Arabia, Cat Dodd. Nope, not coffee drinkers to that extent yet. Did anyone say Greece? They did, and it didn't work. Sylvan Forest. Sylvan Forest, sorry, where am I at here? There, that one. Uzbekistan. Uzbekistan. Not even with all those letters does it work. Brittany Lockwood, Kuwait. No, not Kuwait. Belgium, we've done already. Moving on to Germany, we've done. Sylvan, Laura Slobovia, please let that score one time. Austria is number 12 in the world for coffee, 6.1. Belarus, nope. Montenegro, the USA, we've done USA. Montenegro, no. Poland, no. Slovenia, yep, number 15 in the world, 5.8. We're down to about 6 to go. I'm looking for European countries almost exclusively, and one African country. Almost all Europe now is all I need. Poland, Slovenia has come in. I'm looking for European countries starting with the letter C. I'm looking for the European countries starting with letter M, letter L, another one with letter C. There's 3 countries in Europe with the letter C. Croatia, that's one of them right there, number 19, 5.1. I need 2 more C countries out of Europe. Slovakia, yes, that's number 28 at 4 kilos a year. Yep. Monaco, nope, not Monaco with the letter M. Egypt, nope. Monaco, Egypt, Croatia. We have. I still need 2 countries in Europe starting with the letter C, but not Croatia. Cameroon is Africa. I need an African country starting with the letter B. African countries, letter B. Cyprus, yeah, number 20 in the world for coffee consumption, 4.9. And Cameroon, and nope, not Cameroon. I'm looking for a country with the letter M in Europe, letter L in Europe, and the letter C in Europe, letter B in Africa. And we are done this quiz. And we are all completed. See if we got any more guesses coming in. We'll just give them up. Last few seconds here. Any more guesses? Botswana, no, not M Botswana, no. No, I'm looking for Brunei in Africa. I'm looking for Macedonia, Lithuania, and the Czech Republic in Europe. That finishes the list. I just saw Czech come in here from Nina. Well done. All right. Here are the top coffee drinkers in the world. We have Finland, Norway, Iceland, Denmark, the Netherlands, Sweden, Switzerland, Belgium, Luxembourg, Canada, Germany, Austria, Bosnia, Herzegovina, Italy, Slovenia, Brazil, Greece, which has been guessed many a time, it did come in, France, Croatia, Cyprus, Lebanon, Estonia, Spain, Portugal, the USA, Macedonia, Lithuania, Czech Republic, Slovenia, and Brunei. Those are your top 30 coffee consumers per capita in the world. Very interesting. All righty, here we go. Get ready for music. Here we go. I got a music trivia. 40 of you are here. Here's the guess. Can you tell me the names of the so-called British invasion groups from the 1960s, the bands, the artists from the 1960s? I'll give you musical song hints if you need them, but right now, tell me the British invasion. What musical groups made up the British invasion in the 60s that transformed popular music at that time? And here come the guesses, one after the other. We've got the Beatles. Well, of course, the Beatles. Jeremy, Kat, Sheila, Brittany, all guessing the Beatles. Absolutely correct. The Beatles were the #1 group that started it all off. They really did it. Then we've got the Rolling Stones. Jeremy G, yes, sir. The Rolling Stones, they came in. Who came in after that? The Beatles. Then we have the Kinks. The Kinks, absolutely. They came in. ABBA, nope, they came in the 80s. Looking for the 60s. Bay City Rollers, that's 1970s, 80s. UB40, that's the 80s. Dave Clark 5, yeah, the Dave Clark 5. They came in. Where am I here? There we go. Bits and pieces, glad all over. Dave Clark 5. The Byrds, Jeremy G. The Byrds were definitely one of them that came in. Who else have we got here? Okay, here we go. The Pink Floyd, they came in the 70s. The Monkees, that was a U.S. television show. Rolling Stones, we've got. The Monkees. Nina Frank, oh, come on, Bruce, with your old music and movie questions. Oh, come on. Brittany. AC/DC, Australia, I think, later. Jerry and the Pacemakers. Yep. Ferry across the Mersey. How do you do it? Jerry and the Pacemakers. Well done. I'm looking for groups or artists. Let me give you some songs. Maybe this will help you. These are from the 60s. Give Me Some Lovin', I'm a Man. What group did that one? Another one song was called For Your Love, Over, Under, Sideways, Down. What was the name of that group? Here's another one, She's Not There, Time of the Season. Who did that? Here comes some more guesses. Led Zeppelin, that's the 70s. Cream, I don't think were the 60s invasion. They were more like early, mid-70s. Rod Stewart, definitely in the 70s. Derek and the Dominoes. What a great name for a group. Derek and the Dominoes. I love the name of that group, but they're not in the 60s invasion. The Zombies. Yeah, baby, the Zombies. She's Not There. Time of the Season. Absolutely. Herman's Hermits. Yes. Herman's Hermits, Can't You Hear My Heartbeat? Silhouettes, exactly. Here's some more quiz song titles. I hope you help you. Doo-Wah Diddy, Quinn the Eskimo. Who did that one? Who did A Summer Song and Yesterday's Gone? Who did that? Who did the song called Do the Freddy? And I'm telling you now, who did that? Who did the songs Go Now, Nights in White Satin? Who's doing this one? Anyone know? Let's take a look at some more guesses. Nathaniel, I'm sitting this one out. I was born in 68. Laugh out loud. Manfred Mann, Sylvan, you got it. Manfred Mann did that one. Where am I? Here we are. To Doo-Wah Diddy and Quinn to Mexico, Manfred Mann. Well done. Okay, some more guesses for you here. Look through any window. Bus Stop. Who did that? Who did these songs? To Love Somebody and Words. Who did the songs Anyway, Anyhow, Anywhere and Substitute? Who did the songs World Without Love, I Go to Pieces? Who did the song Downtown and I Know a Place? Who did these songs? You know who these people are, people. King Crimson just got guessed. Is King Crimson here? No. Young Rascals, the Young Rascals. Something tells me the Young Rascals were a U.S. group. The Moody Blues. The Moody Blues did Go Now, Nights in White Satin. Absolutely, Kat. You got one. Petula Clark. Yes, Petula Clark did Downtown, I Know a Place. Patsy Cline was country music in the 50s. Sorry to say. Petula Clark, we got guessed again. Some more guesses, some more songs for you. Don't Bring Me Down, It's My Life. Little Children, Planes and Boats and Trains. Atlantis, Universal Soldier were two song titles by this artist. Everyone's Gone to the Moon, Loop de Love was this artist's two hits. Gloria, Here Comes the Night. Silence is Golden, Here Comes My Baby. Needles and Pins, Love Potion number 9. Who did those? Otis Redding has come in. That's a U.S. artist. Lee Sheila's laughing out loud. Sylvan Forest, Cyndi Lauper from the 80s. Percy Sledge, a little late, a little longer out. Itchy-Coo Park, All or Nothing. With a Girl Like You, I Can't Control Myself were two song titles. How about this one? I Only Want to Be With You, Son of a Preacher Man. Who did those songs? Hippie, Hippie Shake. Good Golly Miss Molly. Who did those songs from the British invasion days? Give Me Some Lovin', I'm a Man. For Your Love, Over, Under, Sideways, Down. A Summer Song, Yesterday's Gone. Do the Freddie, I'm Telling You Now. Look Through Any Window, Bus Stop. To Love Somebody, Words. Anyway, Anyhow, Anywhere, Substitute. World Without Love, I Go to Pieces. The song World Without Love was written by Paul McCartney and John Lennon for this artist. Who is it, these guys? Jerry Lee Lewis. No, Jerry Lee Lewis did do some of these songs, but no, he's from the USA. The Hollies. Yes, Look Through Any Window, Bus Stop. The Hollies. That's another one off the list. Well done. Well done, Brittany. Any more guesses from any of these groups? Otherwise, I'll just give them up to you. Fun stuff here. Back in the 60s, people say, Bruce, how could you do this to me? I'm so much younger than you. You're so old. How can you? You know, you have to know this stuff. This is history. You have to know this. Call yourself a music fan? You got to know these. Paul Williams. Nope. I don't have Paul Williams. Sorry. All righty, here we go. Give Me Some Lovin', I'm a Man. The Spencer Davis Group. For Your Love. Over, Under, Sideways, Down, the Yardbirds. A Summer Song, Yesterday's Gone, Chad and Jeremy. Who knew? Do the Freddie, I'm Telling You Now, Freddie and the Dreamers. I love that name. To Love Somebody. Words. The same group that did those songs did the song Saturday Night Fever. Anybody know who that is? Who did Saturday Night Fever? Dang, I'm too old to remember, says Jeremy. I was born in 1991. No excuses. Laugh out loud, says Kat. I was just a wee baby in the 60s, says Sheila. Anyway, Anyhow, or Substitute, the group that did that was known as The Who. With World Without Love, I Go to Pieces, Peter and Gordon. Sheila, the Bee Gees did Saturday Night Fever. That's right. The Bee Gees did To Love Somebody and Words. Don't Bring Me Down, It's My Life. The Animals did that one. Little Children, Planes and Boats and Trains, Billy J. Kramer and the Dakotas. Oh, what a great name for a group. Billy J. Kramer and the Dakotas. Atlantis, Universal Soldier, Donovan. Everyone's Gone to the Moon, Loop de Love, Jonathan King. Gloria, Here Comes the Night. The group was called Them. Even I don't remember them. I don't remember them. Silence is Golden, Here Comes My Baby, the Tremolos. And Pins and Needles, or Needles and Pins, Love Potion number 9, The Searchers. To Sir with Love, Shout, Lulu recorded that song. Itchy-Coo Park, All or Nothing, The Small Faces. With a Girl Like You, I Can't Control Myself, The Trogs. What a great name for a band, The Trogs. I Only Want to Be With You, Son of a Preacher Man, Dusty Springfield. And Hippie, Hippie Shake, Good Golly Miss Molly, The Swinging Blue Jeans. Who knew? The Tramps. The Tramps, the Trogs. That does the British invasion from the 60s. We're all done with the British invasion. Let's go on to another one. Let's go on to another one. All righty. Those of you who love music, can you tell me? I'm bringing it up now. I'm bringing it right forward into the 80s, into the 90s now. Tell me the top 40 hits from Phil Collins as a solo artist. What songs did Phil Collins record as a solo artist that became top 40 hits in the USA? Phil Collins, top 40 songs. Fire away, you guys. Mark saying, those song names look familiar. I just don't know the artists. Yes, we learn lots from Linda Lou. Yes. Mark Dirksen. Yep, we learn lots. All right, tell me, Phil Collins songs. Top 40 chart hits, Phil Collins. Starting in 1981, going all the way to 1999. He did a bunch of them. Here we go. Nina Frank, In the Air Tonight. Yes, 1981. His first single hit 19 on the charts. Invisible Touch. Yes, Invisible Touch. Where is it? Invisible Touch. I sure like that song. I'm wondering, though, if that song actually happened to be part of the group he was with, Genesis. That might have been a Genesis song. Nathaniel is Easy Liver. Well, Easy Lover. I'll take it. I see it. You got it corrected, Nathaniel. Easy Lover, 1985, reached number 2 in the charts. Absolutely. You Can't Hurry Love. Yes, 1982, reached number 10 on the charts. Well done, Donnell. Nathaniel, Nathan's laughing. Cool Jazz, Another Day in Paradise. Another Day in Paradise, 1989, number 1 song for Phil Collins. Another Day in Paradise. Sussudio, BC is saying, the song Sussudio, 1985, number 1 hit in 1985. Sheila, love Phil Collins, can't think of anything. Cool Jazz, Two Hearts. Two Hearts, 1988, number 1 song. Take Me Home, BC is wondering. Yes, sir. Take Me Home, 1985, number 7 in the charts. Against All Odds. Yes, sir. Take a Look at Me Now. Number 1 hit in 1984. Well done. Well done. Nathaniel. Colors. Brittany Lockwood. The song called Colors. Don't have it. A Groovy Kind of Love. Yes, 1988, number 1 hit. Brittany, I can't find my way. Can't find my way. I don't have that one here. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Well, In the Air Tonight, I think is the name of that song. Don't Lose My Number, Cool Jazz. Don't Lose My Number, number 4 hit in 1985. That's right. Bee Gees thought they were Australian. Debbie Emmanuel, you were right. They were Australian and they were part of the British invasion, but you're right. And way to pick up on that one. I was waiting for someone to mention it. Mark Dirksen, same at Sheila Bosnier, same. One More Night, says BC. One More Night, 1985, number 1 hit. Son of Man. Someone's going to think, no, haven't got that one. Chips and Salsa. Chips and Salsa. He did a song called Chips and Salsa. I don't have that. Suicidio, I don't care anymore. My favorite all-time, I don't care anymore. 1983, 39th on the charts, just barely made it. Driving Me Crazy is the name of the song. Don't have anything like that. Separate Lives duet. Separate Lives. Yes, number 1 hit, 1985. Who was he doing the duet with, I wonder? I know that when he did the song Take Me Home, he had Sting and he had Sting in the background doing background vocals with him on that one. Tonight's the Night. Tonight's the Night. Have we already done it? Maybe I don't see it here unless we've already done it. I'll give you a couple more here. 1981, I Missed Again, number 19 hit. In 1990, I Wish It Would Rain Down, hit number 3 in the charts. In 1990, Something Happened on the Way to Heaven was a number 4 hit. 1990, Hang In Long Enough, hit 23. 1990, Do You Remember, hit number 4. 1993, Both Sides of the Story, hits number 7. 1994, Every Day, hit 15. 1999, You'll Be in My Heart, hit 21. His last song to chart in the top 40. Those are the ones. Those were his songs from way back when. I've got yet one more quiz to go to bring you today. This is the last one. We got 44 thumbs ups. Can we get to 50 thumbs ups before I do it? Can I hold you for ransom and get 50 thumbs ups before we do the last quiz of the night? Don't know if there are enough people here to give me 50 thumbs ups. I got 44 showing. I don't know if we're going to make 50. I see 31 of you here. I think there's 31 of you here. I hope there's 31 of you here, but I don't know if we're going to make 50. Sheila Bozinger saying 50. Get to 50. So far, I've got 44 thumbs ups, and I'm on a bit of a delay. I don't know if there's going to be 50 around or not. Here we are. I already thumbed, says Mark. Thank you so much, Mark, for the thumbs ups already. Appreciate that. We got one quiz to go. I'm getting it all set up. We just went up to 46 thumbs up. 2 just came in. It won't allow me to give you 2, says Mark. That old ditty. I hear you. 46 now, says Sheila. That's right. 46. 47 I see now. 47 thumbs ups. We're almost there. That is awesome stuff. Thank you, everybody, for helping me out with the thumbs ups. They add up to more momentum for the channel. They just do. If any of you can take the time, I have 750 videos that I've loaded up over the last year and a half. If any of you can take the time to catch the first 5 or 10 seconds of each video and give me a thumbs up and move on to the next one, that would be just great. Yeah, if you got nothing better to do, hit some of my playlists. We'll take the thumbs ups anywhere, anyway. Brittany says you got 48. I just saw it. There it is. 48 just kicked in. Great day on the West Coast. Sunny, clear. 7 degrees. Gas $1.40 a liter, says BC. Fantastic. Gorgeous sunny day here, but cold. We're only at about maybe 15, 17 degrees. Sheila says you've got 48. Sheila, yay. We got 48. We're coming right in there. I'm pretty happy. Let's move on. Let's do the last quiz. I don't know if there's 50 thumbs ups available from 31 of you. You may have already given me thumbs ups. Here's the last quiz of today. This is the question for you guys. Tell me, here we go. One moment as I've set this up. All right, for the state of Florida, tell me the most populous cities in the state of Florida for 1900, 1950, and the year 2000. So just give me your most populous cities. People tell me I got 50 thumbs up. I see 50. Thank you, everybody. Tell me the most populous cities in Florida for 1900, 1950, and 2000, and we'll tell you how you're doing. All right, Sheila is coming in with Miami, of course. So is Jeremy. So is Carrie. So is Brittany. So is Donnell. Miami. Well, of course, Miami. But in 1900, Miami was not in the top 10. In 1950, Miami was number 1 with 249,000 people. And in 2000, Miami was number 2 with 362,000 people in the corporate city limits. Isn't that interesting? That old bitty, Tampa Bay, Florida. Tampa in 1900 was the 4th largest city in Florida with 15,800. In 1950, Tampa was number 3 at 124,000. Tampa today is number 3, or in 2000, number 3, 303,000. Brittany had Miami. Donnell, Miami. Sheila has Orlando. Orlando, Florida did not hit the top 10 in 1900. Orlando, Florida was number 5 in 1950 with 52,000 people. In 2000, Orlando shows number 6 at 185,900. Orlando continues to grow. Mark had Miami. Sheila had Tampa. BC is going with Clearwater, Florida. Clearwater was not ranked in 1900. Clearwater was not ranked in 1950. Clearwater is not ranked in 2000. Clearwater is not on any of the charts. Orlando, we have, let's see, Brittany, Carrie, Jeremy. BC has Miami. That old bitty. Tallahassee, the capital. Tallahassee, Florida. In 1900, it did not rank. In 1950, Tallahassee did not rank in the top 10. In 2000, Tallahassee is the 8th largest city in Florida at 150,000 people. In 2000, between 1950 and 2000, the population came to Tallahassee finally. Nathaniel is looking at Jacksonville, Florida. In 1900, Jacksonville was the largest city in Florida, 28,400 people. 1950, Jacksonville was number 2 at 204,000, but in 2000, Jacksonville is number 1 again, 735,000 people in the corporate limits. Brittany had Tampa, BC had Tampa. Sheila is guessing Palm Beach. Palm Beach did not rank in 1900. Palm Beach. I'm going with West Palm Beach to make it easier. West Palm Beach ranked only in 1950 in 8th place. I've got it at 43,000. West Palm Beach does not rank in 2000 at all. So we'll take West Palm Beach. Daytona Beach, Jeremy, Daytona Beach, not in 1900, not in 1950, not in 2000. Destin, that old biddy, is wondering about a place called Destin, Florida. Does not show in any of the 3 years that I'm looking for. Jacksonville, we did. Jupiter, Cool Jazz, Jupiter, Florida, not in 1900, not in 1950, not in 2000. Pensacola, Florida, number 2 city in 1900. Pensacola, they had 17,700 in 1900. Pensacola was at 43,400 in 1950, held down the number 7 spot. And in 2000, Pensacola, not in the top 10 anymore. Can't hold on to the top 10. Gainesville, Florida, Brittany. Gainesville was number 7 in 1900, 3,600 people. Gainesville in 1950, not on the list. Gainesville 2000, not on the list. Fort Myer, that old biddy. Fort Myer, not in 1900, not in 1950, not in 2000. No, Miami, we have. Daytona, we done. Naples, Florida. Nathaniel, Naples, not in 1900, not in 1950, not in 2000 either. Kissimmee, Mark Dirksen, Kissimmee, Florida, not in 1900, not in 1950, not in 2000 either. What's going on, young fella? Nathaniel, Lake City, Florida. Yes, in 1900, Lake City was number 6. 1900, Lake City, not on the list anymore. In 2000, Lake City is gone. Panama City, that old biddy. Panama City, not in 1900, not in 1950, and not in 2000. St. Augustine in 2900, says Sandy. St. Augustine was number 5 in 1900, 4,200 people. St. Augustine was not on the list in 1950, not on the list in 2000. St. Augustine only in 1900. Linda Lou saying, hey, Dwayne. That old biddy, St. Petersburg, not in 1900, but in 1950, St. Petersburg at 96,000 people was the 4th largest in Florida and is now still the 4th largest in Florida at 248,000. St. Petersburg. St. Augustine, no. Cocoa Beach. Cocoa Beach does not rank in any of the lists. Jacksonville, no. Hay is for horses and donkeys. Dwayne, hey, Linda Lou. Suzanne, Abbotsford, BC. Thank you, Suzanne. Linda Lou, laughing out loud. Nathaniel, Fort Lauderdale. Fort Lauderdale, not in 1900, no, but in 1950, Fort Lauderdale was the 9th largest city in the state, 36,000 people. Now, in 2000, Fort Lauderdale has 152,000, 7th largest in the state. Fort Lauderdale, moving up. Come on, Sylvan. Brittany, Panama City, we've done. Nathaniel, Fort Walton Beach. Not showing anywhere. Jacksonville, we did. Kissimmee, we tried. Tallahassee, we did. Ocala, we did. Ocala, double check. Sorry, we did not do Ocala. Ocala, number 8 in 1900, 3,300 people. But Ocala hasn't been on the survey since. Okay, West Palm Beach, we did. Live Oak, Key West. Key West, number 3 in 1900, 17,000. But not since has Key West made the top 10. Palm Beach. Palm Beach does not rank anywhere. Madison. I don't think Madison is in going to work here. No. Perry. Nope. Port St. Lucie. Nowhere. Kissimmee. No. Port Orange. Nope. Not working here. Key West. No. We've done it. Orange. We've tried. Marathon. Orange or Marathon, neither. Gainesville, no. Ocala, no. Cape Coral, nope. I'm from Florida originally, Lafayette says Daniel. Key West, Daytona Beach, Jasper, none of these are coming in. In 1900, Palatka had 3,300 people, 9th largest. In 1900, Fernandina was 3,200 people in 1900. That was number 10 at the time. In 1950, a community called Miami Beach was number 6 at 46,000. Something tells me Miami Beach and Miami have become one, but I could be wrong. In 1950, Lakeland was number 10 on the list with 30,000 people. Cape Canaveral does not rank either, by the way. Saturday Cruise Sports, Brendan doesn't show. Okay, now in 2000, Hialeah is number 5 in the state. Hollywood, Florida is number 9 at 139,000. Pembroke Pines is number 10 at 137,000 in the year 2000. Those are the 30 cities that made up these three top lists for the state of Florida: 1900, 1950, and 2000. And we are done. We have finished our quizzes for the day. Thank you for joining me today on this show. I really appreciate you coming by, visiting with me for cruise news, saying hi to everybody, and for the tips, and for the quizzes, the trivia. Loved having you here. 51 thumbs ups. Thank you for that, everybody. Really appreciate that. I hope you have a great rest of the weekend. Enjoy the rest of today and tomorrow. Relax, enjoy. We'll see you on Monday for my live show. And if I do a video in the meantime, you'll catch the alerts, I hope. We'll see you on Monday. Have a great weekend, everybody. Stay warm, stay safe, stay healthy. And we'll catch you on Monday at 5 o'clock Eastern time, guys. Take it easy and see you all. Bye for now.